folks. Boy, I waited a while on this one. Waited. Welcome to another episode of Passe Gaming. This is part 10 of our Final Fantasy VII Let's Play. We're kind of just messing around at the moment. Doing a little bit of grinding. Got a little flustered last episode. It's like hard to explain. That dude. I just wish, I just don't think he understood exactly what I was asking. It felt like a little bit of betrayal. I guess this is the way it goes. But what are you gonna do, right? I mean, we can't change. Can't change how people think. That's that, Gus. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Life can be fucking complicated sometimes. Even though it's like a simple, stupid thing. It's like, do you want to play or not? And that's that. But we're definitely going to be looking to try to get some more players in our little group here. That's probably going to happen sometime after the holiday season. Because typically the game gets all fucking weird for a while until family and all that stuff, and it's hard to get together. But anyway, back to the original story at hand, which was so I'm at this thrift store and I see a there's a path up here. I see a Warhammer book. Like I spoke before about how I previously had a picked up some, I forget what the hell it was. It was Hyper? I picked up some models and tried getting involved, but I just didn't understand the game, or I didn't realize like you needed people to play and like $1 billion worth of models, so it just never happened. Later, I did get involved, or tried to get involved the second time, and well, no. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So we've talked about it several times. Because my buddy Ian and Preston had played like years ago. They went out and bought like box sets, and then nothing. I think they played for a little while, and then that was it. But it was, they got into it, and it was they played a couple games, and then they just kind of got rid of their pieces or whatever. So I'm at the store, and the thrift store, Goodwill, and I find the second edition Imperial Guard book, Codex. It's like a rule book per army. Each army has one. Each army has one, like the Space Marines and Green Knights and Tau. Yep, they all have their own codex. It's like each army does different things. It has different abilities, and these rule books, allow them to do that. It gives you specific rules. Anyway, so I found a second edition Imperial Guard book. Dig through the shit. It was awesome. Flipped through it. I really liked the lore. I dug the artwork, even though it was all 80s like, or late early 90s like technically. And I was hooked. So I talked to my buddy Preston and Ian about it, and then they were like, "Oh man, all right, that sounds interesting. Let's look into it." And we did. We ended up deciding, fuck yeah, let's play. And at the time, I really wanted to play the Imperial Guard, which are soldiers who literally, die in the millions in these battles because they're just weak humans as opposed to like Space Marines, which are like genetically modified superhumans. But I thought they were neat, and they had this one particular army called the Catachan, which are basically your over-the-top 80s action star, like Vietnam era looking soldiers. Like they're jungle warriors. They all wear red bandanas, and they all have they all wear the green camo pants, with some sort of undershirt, something like a beige or an off-white or whatever, and with these giant guns, and they were very 80s Namish looking, not Amish, Nam as in Vietnamish looking era soldiers, like Rambo, more or less they look like Rambos. They're lovingly called Rambos. They all have gigantic muscles. They're pretty neat. Anyway, I fell in love with this army, but I heard when I was doing my research about them that, they weren't that good in 7th edition. Mind you, I found a 2nd edition book. And one of the most interesting characters that I found in there, besides Iron Hand Straken, who's awesome, and who else is really cool? Harker's really cool. Big giant gun carrying a heavy bolter. Big giant guy carrying a big old heavy bolter. Really interesting character. Was Sly Marbo, who was just based on his name, he literally is based on Rambo and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Snake Plissken, and he's basically like an agent that he's basically called the one-man army. He's an agent that goes in and behind enemy lines and just causes disrupts the entire army, causes all sorts of problems. People loved him. He was really popular, but they took him out in 7th edition. I guess there were players that cried about him, because he would pop up and blow up a unit or whatever, or he would pop up and just die. It depends. Typically, wherever he went and did his thing, he would die soon after. But it was fun. He was a fun character. And so I found out he wasn't involved in the game anymore, and I was like, maybe I'll try a different army. And I was looking around, and I found the Grey Knights. who I thought were pretty damn cool, with the exception that they were really good. I thought they were good, and it turned out they weren't really good in 7th edition either, but I ended up buying a ton of models. I think in total, like $700 worth of models. I got a lot of them cheap, so I probably spent close to like $400 or $500. Probably close to like $450. These things, but they're valued around $700. Painted bunched up real nice. Had a lot of fun, and then we played a bunch of games. But like I would get extremely frustrated with these guys because they were very niche, where their whole thing is they're like paladins. They would go around and seek out like chaos and demons and then destroy them. That was their thing. Except that they when they go against other armies, they're not that great. They're all right. They were really hard to play. Because like they were very they were like Space Marines, but they didn't have all the Space Marine stuff. So Space Marines had a whole bunch of cool toys, like vehicles and drop pods and all sorts of neat stuff. And Grey Knights didn't get any of that. They got their own stuff. So they were Space Marines, but they were very different. So Warhammer, you get their main thing is the Space Marines, like the heroes, the main characters, I guess, if you would have put it that way. And most of the cool stuff they put out is for the Space Marines, because they're also the best-selling army, and you can make your own chapter, or you can play one of the established chapters. Like my buddy Preston plays Templars, or he just hasn't really played them in a while. Apparently they're not that great in 8th edition, but that's not really the point here. You also play Space Wolves, which are another faction of the Space Marines. Like the Space Marines have their own like major factions, and then there's a whole bunch of like little minor ones that don't have like their own special set of rules. Like they're just pretty much like vanilla Space Marines, just with different colors or whatever. But like Space Wolves get their own special rules, and Ultramarines, they're like your vanilla guy. Everybody plays like Ultramarines, but like Space Wolves are different. They get different rules, some different abilities. Blood Angels get different rules, some different abilities. And there's a couple other ones that get like a couple those like Blood Angels and like Space Wolves get their own book, because that's how different they are from regular Space Marines. But then you have other chapters that they're like popular, but they don't have their own books anymore. For instance, like the Templars, or there's a bunch of other ones that kind of get squished down, and they get a couple neat rules to make them a little bit different than regular Space Marines, but they're still just regular Space Marines. It's just a different skin. If you want to think of it that way. But they're all sort of the same, and they all have they all use sort of the same units. These Space Marines, except for Grey Knights. They, on the other hand, do not get like all the stuff regular Space Marines would get. They got a couple of their own things, and maybe a few of the Space Marine stuff, vehicles and weapons and shit. So they were gimped. Like our strongest weapon for the Grey Knights was Strength 7. Strength determines how easy it is to penetrate armor. Strength 7, you're not able to get through much, especially vehicles. You were pretty fucked unless you ran up to it and started hitting it with your sword. Which you could, but then you would just get ran over and shit. It was a pain in the ass. And although I did win like a bunch of matches, my buddies who I played against weren't bringing Smash Mouth lists. Smash Mouth list is like a list where it's built to win. Warhammer community, especially like people who play like scrimmage stuff tend to build these lists that are so cheesy and over the top, where they're literally designed to maximize every single number they possibly can and, win. Which, makes sense in a way. But there's a very different ideology between how we play in the States and how they play in Europe, where the games, originated. They play there, they like to make fun lists, and they like to make interesting lists and stuff like that. It's like, oh, this time I'm gonna try making a list of I want to try a couple of these cool tanks, maybe conscripts and stuff like that. And that was like the gist of it. Like a lot of it was for fun. I mean, they made hardcore lists too, but not like they do in the States. In the States, I don't know if it's like an American thing or what, but like people tend to find loopholes, and it's the same thing with games like Magic the Gathering stuff. They're looking for every loophole and every broken rule and every nook and cranny they could possibly find, so that way they are nearly unbeatable whenever they play a game. It happens in Magic the Gathering, where they're making these crazy decks using all sorts of broken ass rules that haven't been fixed yet, and then they'll use it to the best of their ability. It's not cheating, but it's not fun playing against people like that, because you typically get your face kicked in, and it's just not an enjoyable experience. I guess this is the way it is. Anyway, so I got the Grey Knights, played a bunch of games in 7th edition, and then lo and behold, and towards the end of 7th edition, we didn't know, there was rumors, but we didn't know for sure if it was getting revealed or not. They released rules for Slime Marble. I lost my shit. They even dedicated, the Facebook page dedicated their post to me. The release of Slime Marbo, we dedicated this to Anthony, being Mr. Foster, Anthony, obviously, for his Marbo-esque dedication and campaign to, bring back the character, because I've been campaigning to bring him back forever now. Even though I had a Grey Knight army, I really want to play. I really want to play Guard, but, I already spent all this money on the Grey Knights, so I was like, maybe I should. I was super excited, and I was like, oh man, that does it for me. I'm gonna unload my entire army. I'm gonna get all Guard. This is gonna be great. Then 8th edition comes around. They announce it like a couple weeks later, and he's not in it. I was livid. I was like, why would you bring him back? To just not let him in again. I mean, it's one thing, they released another game called Shadow War Armageddon. It's kind of like Necronomicon. It's like a small skirmish game. Sort of like the Batman miniature game. There's a bunch of little small skirmish games where you only use a couple models. And that's one of them. And they released Marble rules for that too. And then they were like, fuck it, we're gonna release them for 7th edition too. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to get an army together and play him. Like I said, 8th edition came out, and then he wasn't in it, and that just took the wind out of my sails. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I looked at the rules for the Grey Knights, and they're not that great. They're very lackluster. Like ho-hum. They're very ho-hum. I mean, they did do a cool thing where they released, what are they called? Dread Knights. You could have a Dread Knight, Chapter Master, which is kind of cool. Chapter Master is kind of like the leader of an army. And Dread Knights are pretty much the best thing Grey Knights have, which are, basically walking mechs. Now, Space Marines and Grey Knights get something called a Dreadnought. They're basically walking mechs. Now, Dread Knight is a like hybrid of that, and they're way more badass. But even that, but you know, less than enough. I was really just not feeling it, and I wasn't enjoying painting the models because like it's a lot of silver, and they can't do cool highlights and stuff. I just wasn't enjoying it, and then I kind of fell out of it. I didn't play for like 3 or 4 months, and then a week ago, this is a guy, well, before that guy messaged me, and he's like, what did he say? I don't know why it does this. There we go. I fixed it. Jesus. And I don't even know this dude. I guess he's seen my little campaign to bring back Marbo. She's getting into photography, and she's looking like darkroom stuff. Anyway, this guy, I don't know, like his. Oh shit! I was supposed to meet that guy today. I'm supposed to meet someone today. Anyway, the guys, where the fuck's his name? There it is. So he messages me. Can only imagine Marbo absence in the codex was due to him taking the key targets out at GW necessary for us to get grinding advance. I'll keep in my thoughts each time I double battle cannon a filthy Xeno out of nowhere. And I was like, that's unfortunate. I was like, the straw broke, the camel's back, and I've since stopped messing with 40k. And he's like, that's 2 legendary heroes lost to us now. There will always be a space in the Imperium for you, should you ever want to return. And then, he one day messaged me with a, what's like a rumor, and lo and behold, they brought back Slime Marbo. I was so excited. So I'm in the process of trying to sell my Grey Knight army again. I've had a decent offer so far. I'm considering it at the moment. If I want to, I was trying to get $600 for a lot. Although the real price I want is $500. But, you know, I I aimed high in hopes that I could get, excuse me, I could get, you know, someone's going to want to haggle me or something. You know, maybe this will, you know, this might be a good way to do the haggling. Like, oh yeah, you know, you only want to offer this much, you know, alright, I'll knock $50 off, or $60 off, or $100 off, whatever. So, you know, I'm only expecting $500. This guy offers $450 minus two vehicles. I guess he already has them. Doesn't need them. You know, I'm seriously thinking about it. I think it's not a bad deal. $450, and I could probably sell the other two for maybe $60 in total. 30 a piece. You know, and then I could get all my card stuff that I want. You know, it'd be really freaking cool. I could have you know, I could finally make my Imperial Guard army. But I'm actually really excited. I mean, the only thing is, like, which I don't take into account, is that Space Marines or Grey Knights use very small model counts. You know, for 2,000 points, which is, you know, each model's worth X amount of points, or each unit, whether it be vehicle or soldier or whatever. You know, it's worth so many points. You know, like a box of 5 Space Marines is like $25-30. So you could potentially buy everything you needed, you know, without, you know, you'd still be spending a lot of money on paints and all this shit, and the models themselves, but you could have a pretty decent army and not have to entirely break the bank. While Imperial Guard, because it's basically like you know, a battalion, like rows of soldiers. It's nuts. It's gonna be a lot of. I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna take a long time to build a full army. But I do have some models already that I picked up just for funsies. Even when I decided I wasn't going to play anymore, I still had all this stuff. You know, I was going to use like these old metal ones for veterans and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just, you know, it's just going to be nuts trying to put this army together. I'm going to get 3 tanks and 2 artillery, and I want to get more conscripts. I'm using what's referred to as squats as my conscripts. They are the Funk army in the Warhammer universe. They stopped making them because they just didn't know what to do with them. So they stopped making them after like 1st edition or whatever. You know, they never made it to even 2nd edition. So they've been going for that long, since the 80s. So I picked these models are rare and expensive. So I already got 10 squads. I need about 40 on all. I think I'm going to pick up maybe another 10 official squads, and then pick up 20 unofficial squads you can get from College, which is a company that makes like Warhammer stuff. Hey there, how you doing? Hola, it's good to see you. We're grinding right now. I need some. I want to get Cloud to 30 before I moved on, and making pretty good progress pretty quickly. Yeah, so that's the issue at hand. I think with like $450 plus the other 60 for selling the other stuff like on eBay or something, you know, it might take a little bit longer, but actually it might be easier to move on eBay than it would be That's a big lot, like I'm trying to do it. I think I might end up asking him for 500. Like, listen, I was like, you know, how's, you know, would you be okay with 500? And, you know, I can use that money to start building the army. I'm not going to do it all at once. I'll just, you know, get a piece here, get a piece there. And maybe I can, you know, get an army together. It's just going to take a while. It's going to take a long while. You know, when I get it together, it's going to be exciting. So, I think rambled about Warhammer enough. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I am seriously considering this guy's offer. Like I said, I might ask for 500. Like, you know, can you do 500? It looks like all I'm fighting is these stupid egg things. That's 300. 6, 9, 12, 15. That's 6 or 7 fights. Alright, let's get him up to 28, and then we'll consider that good. The total army, and I only estimated like I just models for trader models are about $10 a piece. So the estimated value of that army is probably around $750. I did the math. most expensive model was 120, and they painted them, so it typically makes them worth more. Which was an awesome gift. I feel bad if I get rid of it, so I plan on getting another one just like it, and then just painting it so so it works with my Cacjans. Like Giant Grey Knight, Imperial Knight wouldn't look right. But yeah, it's 750. What's half of 750? Let's see, 336. No, so 350 is 700, so 375 would be half. And typically, you expect to get around half or a little bit more for non-painted, like for used army. So 450 is not bad. And I could 450 and he'll have to pay shipping. Like, let me do. And then I'll post the Storm Raven gunship on the Facebook pages and whatever, and I'll also put it on eBay and see if it sells. It does, it's awesome. I'll just figure out what my first purchase will be. See, I have veterans. 9 of them, plus 1 commander. So, I don't know. The very first quote-unquote Imperial Guard model for the that came out with Rogue Trader, which was the company that produced these models, produced Warhammer before Games Workshop did. I guess it's Games Workshop now, or I already did. Alright, items I may need from this guy. Let's do a fast forward. actually switch these guys out for the other crew. Curious to see where these other guys are. So we know. There's R. Here for a night. All right, folks. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting late, and I think we've had our fun. So thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You know, check out our Twitch stream. I know Guns has been doing it. I'm sure you can use all the support you can get. Let's see what else. Don't be afraid to check out our Facebook page, Passe Gaming. That's about it. So, thanks again for joining me, and, you know, toodaloo.